All right, welcome to North Decatur High School in Greensburg, Indiana, as we're set up for a really good matchup here between Class 2A, number 3, Eastern Hancock, visiting against the Class 1A, number 5, North Decatur Chargers. So I'm hoping everything, I'm trying to check sound. I think I am not muted now. So here you're seeing a little bit of pregame video of earlier as they're getting ready. We have a little bit later start, 7:30, because it is hot. It is very hot out. And we'll talk about the weather here. Well, we'll talk about when we get back from this video. As you can see, we started a little bit later. It did cool off earlier when I was walking around and taking these video clips of the crowd and cheer block, and the sun went behind some clouds, and that kind of helped, but that sun has come back out. So it's pretty bright out and pretty warm. So the temperatures, hopefully it'll cool off pretty quickly as that sun goes down. So as the crowd comes in. So we are at Ed Kalin Field here, and there's lots of things to do. They got some food trucks here, and I believe some shaved ice, and that sounds really good right now. This press box is pretty cool out right now, or pretty hot in here. So your announcer tonight is Joe Paxton. So Coach Allen couldn't make it, and I had a few other people that weren't able to make it as well, so I'm going on my own. So if you want to chat with me in the chat, I always enjoy interacting with the people, so I'm not just talking to myself here. And you can chat on YouTube and Facebook. We've already up well over almost 60 devices already. Here's the weather, 88 degrees, and it feels warmer than that, sunny. Really no chance of rain, not much. There was some clouds early on, and they've moved out. And should be just a slight breeze. I think the players will appreciate that breeze, and the coaches. All right, here's the schedule of Royals. Well, let's just go through the game notes here first. So let's just talk a little bit about last week with both these teams. Last week, both these teams had players with career statistical nights. We're going to start with the host Chargers. Junior running back Corbin Thackeray scored an incredible 7 touchdowns last week against South Decatur. He scored 4 rushing, 1 receiving, 1 punt return touchdown, and he returned the opening kickoff of the season for a touchdown. So what a start by him, scoring 7 touchdowns on the week 1 of the 2024-25 season. Senior quarterback Mason Morris was efficient through the air. He was 4 for 9 passing for 91 yards and a touchdown pass. He also got some yardage on the ground. The Royals also put up video game-like numbers last week versus Frankton Eagles. They had 651 yards of total offense, and they needed every bit of it in that 63-49 shootout last week. 112 points scored by both teams is a school record. And kind of shattered, I think it was 93 before that. Other school records were broken in this game we'll get to in a moment. Junior quarterback Elijah Eden was 14 for 28, 273 yards through the air, and had 4 touchdowns, while he also rushed for 56 yards and 2 touchdowns as well. Junior running back Mark Cuby impressively rushed for 254 yards and 2 touchdowns, only to be outshadowed by sophomore receiver Hayden Jackson's school record 213 receiving yards and a school record 4 receiving touchdowns. So these were what incredible statistical starts for both these teams. But the games weren't flawless. So we kind of look back to last week. You look at North Decatur, they actually fumbled. They had the opening kickoff, went for a touchdown. Their first actual offensive possession, they fumbled the ball. And lost it to South Decatur. And so they had a few times where they did that. They had some penalty issues last week, as did the Royals. The Royals had over 20 penalties last week, and I'm sure that's something the coaches want to clean up, get figured out for week 2. So both of these teams trying to shake off that rust of week 1 and going to hopefully kind of make improvements on week 2. I know the Royals had some issues this week with some injuries and sickness, and so there are some game time decisions of who might play and who might not play, so we will be interested to see who does that. So when we do our starting lineups a little bit later, they may not be exactly correct. So remember that, because there were some players that were kind of game time decisions figuring out if they were going to play tonight. Looking at the Royals schedule, I mean, it's a tough schedule. They're going to be Frankton. They've already played. They're going to be a really good team in 3A. North Decatur is going to be a top 5 team all year in 1A. Centerville has been a really good program. They were in 3A. They've now dropped back down to 2A this year. We got them next week with senior night, and I believe that's also a youth recognition night next week. Again, I hope I'm not just talking to myself. Nobody's mentioned anything in the chat to let me know that it's working okay. And then we go at Heritage Christian. That's always a tough game. Knightstown team, the week after that, really improved squad. They got a win last week. And then always a tough schedule with Milan, Monroe Central, Shenandoah, and LaPel. Thank you for letting me know, Zach. Looking at the North Decatur schedule, they play their traditional first game against South Decatur. I believe there's a trophy involved with that, with like a bucket, I believe. And so then they play against the Royals, and they play all 3 of their conference games here in week 2, 3, and 4, which is really early. And we're going to figure out real quick. And last year, this is the game that decided the championship. So the Royals won it in week 2. And then neither team lost from that point forward in the conference, and the Royals ended up in first place. North Decatur ended up in second place. And there's a good chance that could be the same situation this year, with this week's game being the potentially a conference championship game. Though I know that Shenandoah is much improved. They won last week. Monroe Central won last week. We'll look at that here in a moment. Actually, we're going to look at it right now. So as we look at those, all the conference teams won last week. So Eastern Hancock 63-49 over Frankton, Monroe Central 19-16 over Winchester, North Decatur with a 48-6 win over South Decatur, and Shenandoah went all the way up to Fremont and won 25-0. If you don't know where Fremont is, it is basically as far north and as far east as you can go in the state of Indiana. So all those conference teams got wins last week and off to a great start. Let's look at the team leaders here in the Dents Automotive pregame show. And you can these are stats from last week, and I can barely read these. I don't know if you can read them on your screen, but the quarterback for North Decatur, Mason Morris, senior. Quarterback for the Royals, Elijah Eden, a junior. Morris threw for 91 yards last week. Elijah Eden scored for 273 yards. Rushing, Corbin Thackeray had that big game. Only had 55 yards, but he was really effective. He scored 4 touchdowns on 7 carries. Royals, Mark Cubey was kind of the workhorse. 254 yards. We'll see if he plays tonight. He got injured late in that game last week. Receiving, Corbin Thackeray, again, putting on his show last week, had 1 catch for 56 yards and a touchdown, where Hayden Jackson, sophomore, 213 yards receiving, 2 school records last week against the Eagles of Frankton. And I'm not sure if he's going to play tonight. So potentially the Royals could be without 467 total yards of offense from last week. So I'm not sure who's going to play, but we will see. That's a good opportunity for other players to step up if they're unable to go tonight. So we have players for the I'm trying to check something real quick, roster thing. So Xander Jones, a senior, led the Chargers in tackles with 6, and Gabe Johnson led the Royals with 10 tackles. So we're going to talk about the players to watch. We're going to have national anthem, I believe, right now. And it's going to be performed by the band, so we're going to stay here with the national anthem, and we'll be right back. All right, wonderful rendition of the national anthem by the pep band of North Decatur Chargers. All right, let's look at the players to watch. Okay, Elijah Eden, quarterback for the Royals. He's going to be often one of our players to watch. He can do it through the air, on the ground, and Royals, when he plays well, the Royals play really well. And then Corbin Thackeray, how do you not make him the player to watch? He scored 7 touchdowns last week. And somebody that I'm sure that our defense has been focused on how to stop. But he's not the only one. They have some other players. They have number 1, Barber, for Simon Barber. Just a freshman, and he's really quick too. He's one to watch. And then Xander Jones, big tight end, really good on the defensive side of the ball. And also a threat on offense at the tight end position. One factor that definitely tonight's going to be wondering is how is this heat going to affect the game? And hopefully everybody is well hydrated. I have no control over the direction that our camera is pointed, but I do have zoom control. So we will see. Hopefully I am able to do that. And then so we'll do our best, as I have literally like 4 different things I'm trying to juggle here between Zoom, graphics, rosters, and then our scoreboard. Because it's so bright right now and the sun is shining right on the scoreboard, we cannot use our scoreboard reader currently, but I'm hoping to have that. So we will not have down and distance for the first half, but I'm hoping to have it in the second half. And do want to thank John Splater is the one that's turning the camera for us up there. And we're getting ready to start. So thanks for joining us for the Dents Automotive pregame show. Do want to talk about the coaches real quick. Coach Pat Echeverria, 6th season, has 37 wins at the school. And then Coach Steve Stern, 10th season here at North Decatur, has 75 wins. And when you talk to the coaching staff at Eastern Hancock, they have nothing but really good things to say about Coach Stern. They talk about how well coached this North Decatur team is, and have a lot of respect for Coach Stern and what he's accomplished here. So we will get ready to start here. And I did not see who got the toss, so we'll see what the plan is. I'm sure that they saw, if we're kicking off, it looks like we may be receiving here. So the Royals to receive. And it'll be interesting to see when the Royals kick off, how North Decatur decides to defend. And I'm having a little bit of a problem with my window. We'll go with what I got. The window seal is right in my eyesight, so I'll do the best I can. As they do have a pretty good kicker here. I believe it is Logan Odell to kick off for the Chargers, and he puts a foot in it, and here we go. And it's going to be fielded about the 5-yard line. And that is brought out to about the 27-yard line. And I'll do the best I can here. Cole's always the one that's really good at his eyesight's better than mine at reading these numbers. So Royals huddling up on the side there early. I don't want to mess with the zoom too much. Hopefully that will work for us. As you've got Mark Kuby does appear to be playing tonight, so we weren't sure if he was going to go. He is in the backfield, and I forgot to do my starters graphics. So there's Mark Kuby with his first run, and we're going to listen to the starters introduce themselves. But
Elijah Eden, quarterback, Greenfield, Indiana. Evan Wheeler, running back, Charlottesville.
Eli Manship, wide receiver, Greenfield, Indiana.
Garrett Shaw, wide receiver, Knightstown.
Austin Brown, wide receiver, Greenfield, Indiana.
Caden Rubel, tight end, Wilkinson.
Ethan Carter, offensive line, Shirley, Indiana.
Joseph Allenball, offensive line, Carthage, Indiana.
Christian Wisman, center, Greenfield, Indiana.
Braden Hester, offensive line, Wilkinson, Indiana.
Carson Smith, offensive line, Greenfield, Indiana.
all right, that first pass by Eden to Eli Manship, going to pick up a first down about 10 yards. As the Royals get a new set of downs, 1st and 10. Eden in the backfield with QB on his right and sends Rubel in motion. They're going to give it off to QB. He's going to go right up the middle, and he's only going to gain about 1 yard here. Royals last week came out throwing the football and then eventually started running. Today they've ran the ball twice here in the first 3 plays. So Eden in the backfield, QB on his left. Got Manship on the near side. Rubel moves into motion. And Eden's going to roll out to his left. He's going to throw it, and it's going to be overthrown. Looks like it may have been intended for, is that Hayden Jackson? I guess they're both playing. I was not sure that either one was going to play tonight, and they're both out there. So tough kids. No, I was wrong. That was number 4. That was not Hayden. So that was Austin Brown that it was intended for. Well, Hayden is out there. He's in the slot. So now we've got a 3rd and 9 situation here. First quarter, Rubel moves in motion to the left. Eden's going to throw. He's going to go to Manship, and that's going to be another catch for a first down, almost identical to the play that got the first down earlier in this possession. I'm going to zoom out just a tad to make sure we can see the sideline. So second first down for the Royals. And they just got the Chargers to jump offside. Both these teams struggled with penalties last week. Royals with an incredible 20-plus penalties. It was unbelievable. And North Decatur had their problems as well. But that's expected a little bit week 1. Now we're in week 2 and just expect improvement from game to game. So now it's 1st and 5. And Eden's going to take it himself with a quarterback draw. He's going to get the first down and really lunges forward. Gets about a 9-yard gain there, so really good explosion there, especially at the end of the run. I do have replays. I probably ought to practice those. especially when they're not set up right. So I'll fix that at the next break. So now we've got Eden in the backfield, and QB starts to lean forward. They're going to do a quarterback draw again. Eden's going to break this one for a first down and more. So that is 2 back-to-back first down quarterback draws by Elijah Eden. And he did not run as much last week, but he did. I guess he had 6 carries for 56 yards, but sometimes you typically see him get more in that 10 carry range. So the Royals moving right down the field, 1st and 10 at about the 21-yard line. This time they're going to give it to QB off the left side. He's going to try to turn the corner. He hurdles one man. He gets over, and he's going to be right real close to the first down marker. Looks like he is going to get an 11-yard pickup. And another first down. So Royals really running the football effectively with Eden and QB. Like I said, I should probably be replaying. So now you've got Wheeler in the backfield with Eden. This time Eden's going to throw. It's going to be an out over the head of Rubel. Again. So, again, sorry if it's – I have no control which direction the camera is pointed. I can only control the zoom. So I'll do the best I can to help you see. So it's now 2nd down and 10. We're on the 11-yard line, so they can get a first down before a touchdown. We've got Wheeler in the backfield with Eden. And Eden's going to throw it out to Wheeler in the flat. Wheeler's got some space. He's going to try to run over one man. He's trying to break away. He does, and touchdown Royals. So great job by Evan Wheeler. So I know this is messed up, but we'll get it fixed. But you can see it. So great job there. Wheeler gets into the flat. And he breaks that one tackle there by Morris and gets in for the touchdown. There you go. You'll be able to see a little better as we get ready to come back. And we're getting ready to go for 2. But great job by Wheeler breaking that tackle. Now we're going to go for 2. Eden's going to roll out to his right. It's going to be thrown out, and the conversion to number 4, Austin Brown. And the Royals take an early 8-0 lead here. So 8-0 Royals. Like I said, we don't have down and distance. We'll need to wait for the sun to come down and for me to have some time to do it. So we will mess with that in a minute. But really impressive drive there by the Royals. A little bit through the air, a little bit on the ground. Exactly what Coach Echeverria wanted in this situation. And kind of really leading off. They really never got stopped last week. Now the question is, can they stop anyone? The defense gave up 49 points last week to Frankton. Can they stop a really good North Decatur squad? Like, this is a top 5 team in Class 1A. They went, I believe, to the Final Four last year. And really, really talented players wearing blue tonight. So North Decatur is in the white helmets, blue jerseys, and white pants. Royals wearing their gray helmets, white jerseys, and white pants. And really good start here. So we'll see. I'm sure that North Decatur, in fact, I know they are. I listened to their podcast a little bit, and they were very well aware of the Colts kickoff, or the Royals kickoff situation. So we'll see how they adjust to it after one. And that ball is a little bit loose. And we think the Chargers do recover it, as the Royals are not celebrating. So well prepared there. And let's see meet the Eastern Hancock defense.
Elijah Eden, quarterback.
Tristan Love, D-line, Greenfield, Indiana.
Ethan Carter, D-line, Shirley, Indiana.
Braden Hester, defensive line, Wilmington, Indiana.
Caden Rubel, defensive end, Wilkinson.
Ethan Sipes, linebacker, Charlottesville, Indiana.
Aiden Trueblood, linebacker, Greenfield, Indiana.
Gabe Johnson, middle linebacker, Markville, Indiana.
Eli Manship, cornerback, Greenfield, Indiana.
Griffin Knight, corner, Greenfield, Indiana.
Gavin Bowman, safety, Wilkinson, Indiana.
Garrett Shaw, safety, Knightstown.
All right, they're going to give it off to Thacker. He's going to make one man miss. He's going to get about 2 yards there with the handoff from Morris. And again, like I said, these are now game time decisions. So, and then I know the coaches, when I talked about who's starting on the defensive line, there's a bunch of different people that could be starters on the defensive line. We rotate 8 players in the defensive line, so it's going to be maybe different people. All right. So Morris under center. He's going to roll out to his right. Pressure by Rubel. He's going to make a throw. And it is incomplete. And that's one thing North Decatur had trouble last week against South Decatur is they had a few drops. Morris made some good throws, and they had a few drops last week that kind of contributed to week 1 jitters a little bit. You expect a good team like North Decatur, they're going to get that figured out. And now we're looking at 3rd and 8 here at the 50-yard line. So now this time you got Morris in the shotgun, and then there's a penalty again. False start on the Chargers. That's going to push them back 5 yards, and I mentioned it in the pregame. Both of these teams really struggled with that yellow flag coming out. I will want to say, if you look over there in our cheer, we have a really good cheer block. Way over there. All that white group over there in white shirts. Really good cheer block for traveling this far. It's now 3rd and 13 as Morris looks to throw. He's going to throw it over the middle. He had 2 people that had a chance to catch that one, and it falls between both of them. And now you're going to see the Chargers look to punt here. And this has been a battle where the home team seems to have had the most success over the last few years. And a bad snap. The ball goes through the legs, and he's just going to fall on it, and the Royals are going to take over an incredible field position. So the Royals had the exact same thing last week in their punt situation. They had a bad snap that led to a safety. Here, there's a bad snap, and that's going to have the Royals take over in really good field position. But as I was saying, the last time we came down here, they had a really good North Decatur team just like this year, and they just beat us 40-0 the last time we were down here. So seems like the home team has had the success. Royals trying to change that tonight. We got Eden in the backfield with QB. He's going to fake the handoff to QB. He's going to throw it over to Hayden Jackson. Hayden Jackson makes an effort, can't quite get to it. So Eden's pass was kind of up for grabs there. Hayden had a chance. He went after it, but wasn't able to bring it in. So good defense, I think, by Morris there. Again, like I said, we don't have down and distance. I'll try to do the best, but as soon as maybe the quarter break, I'll be able to get that going for us, or a timeout. As the sun is really starting to go down, and that helps our scoreboard reader. As it's now 2nd and 10 from the 19. Manship and Rubel on the near side, Jackson and Brown on the far side. Eden's going to do a quarterback draw. He's got some room. He's going to try to break a tackle. He runs out of bounds. That is number 31, the Esherdam out of bounds, Eli Trankup, a junior. As it's now 3rd down and about 1, I believe. So 3rd and short. This is where the offensive line see what they can do here. As they're going to give it to QB. QB makes one move. He makes a spin. He's battling down. He's going to get the first down. And now it's going to be 1st and goal from the 5-yard line for the Royals. Again, I want to thank everybody watching. We have over 176 different devices watching. Remember, you can chat with us. I'm by myself tonight, so I always appreciate the chat in the on YouTube and Facebook. I can see it here in the broadcast booth as the Royals look for the play call from the sideline. As Eden's going to hand it off to QB, makes one move. He doesn't really go anywhere there. Good defense by the Chargers. Couldn't really get anywhere on that one. So that's going to bring up a 2nd down. And 5, no gain on that last run. Stu Fisher, go Royals. All right. Eden in the shotgun. Rubel kind of comes in tight, and they're going to hand it off to QB again, and there's really nowhere to go. Good job by the defensive line of the Chargers. Now we've got, looks like a substitution. Looks like Luke Manship may have just subbed in, if my eyes are working correctly. So now we're 3rd and goal from the 3. And they're going to go to Mark. He's going to bust it through, spin, and touchdown Royals. As the Royals take an early lead here. Let's see that replay. Great job up front, and they've got a seam there, and Mark just burst through it. So the Royals with 2 rushing touchdowns here in the first quarter take a 14-0 lead as they go for 2. And they're going to give it to QB again. He's going to dive for the goal line. No signal yet. The officials are going to discuss it. They're going to say he didn't make it. Let's see. I probably should have hit the replay. And I think at the goal line it was good contact. I think they may have kept him out right at the goal line. All right. If I would have hit the replay button a little sooner, we would have got a better angle of that. So there's the huddle over there, the Royals. As the Royals take a 14-0 lead. And right now, it's all right, Coach Allen. All right. So they're going to take a water timeout here. So I think that's obviously to deal with the heat. It is still pretty warm, even though the sun has pretty much gone down at this point. And so that's a safety precaution. That's a good idea, I think. Give them a water break. Give everybody a chance to just rest, get hydrated. Though hopefully both these teams have been hydrating all day to prepare for tonight. I know that I was not hydrating all day, and I am feeling it at the moment. So if I start cramping up here in the booth, I apologize for the screaming. All right, let's do a commercial. We'll be right back. All right, I'm going to have to do some work on the commercials during the next available moment as well. So we'll try to get the scoreboard going so we can see down and distance. We'll try to get the commercials working as well during our next opportunity for that. So Royals 14-0. And again, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 Chargers at the line there. And just one Charger back as they've seen the film. So let's see what they do. And I'm going to bet that when Wheeler runs up, they're going to try to kick it into the gap, see if they can mishandle it. And there you go. Now, this is effective in a couple ways for the Royals. So this strategy of onside kicking or these kind of kickoffs isn't bad because they returned a punt for a touchdown last week, and they returned their opening kickoff for a touchdown last week. So they're not able to set up their normal return, which isn't necessarily a bad strategy, and it just works out for the situation where the Royals kicking situation. All right. Chargers take their second possession. Got Morris under center. Not exactly sure who's in the backfield right now, if it's Thackeray or Barber. And the handoff is to Thackeray, I believe, and that's going to be a good open field tackle there by Griffin Knight. And so he gets a good run there. It's going to a 3-yard gain, but as you can see, Griffin Knight steps in there, makes a good open field tackle. And we move to 2nd down and 7. We got 2 backs in the backfield. And they can move Jones in motion to the right. And Morris is going to hand off to Barber this time. And the freshman, he's definitely one of their weapons. He fumbled last week on his very first carry of his high school career. But he's going to be a really good running back as he picks up a big gain of about 8 right there. As it's now 1st down and 10 from the 49. And this time is to Barber again, and the Royals stop it right at the line of scrimmage. So good job getting some pursuit into the backfield, as Barber really had nowhere to go there. So Morris comes in with the play. I believe Thackeray and Barber are on the field at the same time right now, so they got Thackeray out wide on the near side in the slot. Barber back with Morris in the backfield. And they're going to fake the handoff. Morris is going to keep himself. He fumbles. And the Royals, I think, have jumped on it. We will see. And it is Royals football. So Morris fakes the handoff to Barber and rushes up the middle. And a big hit. I can't see who it is. I'll see who gets up from that. And number 5, big hit there by Gabe Johnson, forces the ball loose. And then the Royals jump on it. So disastrous start for the Chargers, and great. I don't think the Royals could hope for anything better than this so far. So Royals take over from the 48-yard line. 14-0 lead. 4 minutes still left here in the first quarter. And it looks like QB is back in the backfield. They're going to give it to him. He's going to make one cut. He moves to his left. He makes one guy miss. And he's doing a really good job for a hurt ankle. So that's a big 20-yard pickup there. And like I said, he got injured at the end of the of the last game, and I was told he probably was not playing tonight. So, and here he picks up some big yardage for the Royals. All right, so Eden in the backfield with QB still. They're going to fake it. They're going to throw the pass out into the flat. That was intended for Luke Manship. And it was a little over his head, and it was well covered there. I think even if he had caught it, I don't think he would have been able to do much with it there. So trying to do a little misdirection. Hey, Minnie Murray. Make sure you got all your technology work done. And Manship moves in motion. And QB's trying to get to the outside, and he's upended, but he's still going to gain about 3 or 4 yards. So now it's 3rd down and 10, or 3rd and 7, sorry. And our audio should be synced on the road, so unless I forget to remove the delay. So I'm hoping that everything sounds synced up with the video. As we've got Eden's going to take this snap. He's going to throw a quick out, like a hitch route there, and good fighting. It's going to be right at the line of gain, and I believe it was Jackson, but I may be wrong. So it's going to be close. They're going to give him the first down. I've realized in high school they don't believe in doing measurements. I think all last season we had 1 measurement the entire season. So they like to keep the game flowing. So if it's close, typically it seems like they give the offense the first down. All right. Eden is going to throw. He looks to throw. He's going to throw a short pass to Manship, Luke Manship. And I believe that's his first catch of the year. I may be wrong. But they kind of move him across underneath. And clears out that side. And nice pickup there by Luke Manship with his first catch of his high school career. Unless I forgot about one last week. So 1st and 10. No, it's not 1st and 10. Scoreboard's wrong. So we've got the 2nd about 5. And, and it's going to be caught by Rubel right at the yard to gain. It's going to be a first down, I believe. Rubel got hit as soon as he caught that ball. Went down a little bit awkwardly. He seems all right. So big game tonight. Both these teams are ranked in the top 5 of their class. And 2 of the favorites for the Mid-Eastern Conference this year. 1st and 10, Royals. Ball on the 10-yard line. They're going to hand it to QB off the left side. He tries to turn the corner. And they're just kind of getting little yardage at a time, 5 yards at a time. You've yet to see us really take a strike downfield. Maybe once early on to Hayden Jackson, but really just taking what the defense is giving them. And like I said, this North Decatur squad is really well coached. They're having to defend the Royals out in space here. Last week they had to defend South Decatur, did a lot of misdirection handoffs. Now they've got a little bit different team here. Spreading them out. Eden's going to roll out. He's going to throw. It's going to be deflected and incomplete. So good defense there by the Chargers. So he saw something he liked. He went into the middle, and it was deflected there. Incomplete. So 3rd and 5 from the 5. You got to think with the kicking situation, they've got 2 downs to get this. They're going to fake the handoff. Eden's going to take it to the outside. He takes a big hit there about the 4 or 3 yard line. And the Chargers holding strong here. It's now 4th down and about 4. See, and we have under a minute here left in the first quarter. So see what play they come up with here. They will have to run a play before the end of the first quarter. And Eden's going to take the snap in. There's going to be a flag. I don't think he made it. There is a flag, however. So we'll see. So it's going to be a turnover on downs unless this flag is against the Chargers. And it is against the Royals, a legal shift. So my assumption is they're going to decline it and they're going to take the ball. So the Chargers are going to take over there, but they're going to be inside about their 3-yard line, I believe. They're going to be backed up here. 37.6 seconds left. We do not have any stats tonight unless Coach Allen, if you're keeping stats at home, you can text me and let me know. All right, defensively here, Royals looking to push them back. Don't keep them in there, backed up to their own end zone. You got Morris under center. I think you got Xander Jones wide here on the near side. They're going to hand it off, and Thackeray's going to get it out of his own end zone. That's going to bring it out to about the 9 or 8 yard line. So 2nd and about 4. And they don't have to run a play, so they could just run this out till the end of the first quarter. And it looks like that's what they've decided to do. So the Royals with a 14-0 lead here in the first quarter. And we're going to take a commercial break, I hope. So we'll be right back right after this break. You're watching Eastern Hancock football on the EH Sports Network.
9-Star has been a rock star in providing several services for us here in our home, namely our internet connection. We have fiber to our home. They've been instrumental in allowing me to work from home. 9-Star is the electrical power provider, and they also are the wastewater source for us as well.
9-Star is a different kind of company, and the difference.
All right, so first game of the year, there's always going to be something that looks weird. So after one quarter, Royals lead 14-0. And we'll be heading to the second quarter with the Chargers with the ball, backed up kind of in their own end of the field. We're going to change directions. And I think we're going to change. We probably won't have down and distance until after halftime, unless something changes between now and that later. So hopefully I'm not muted. There we go. We do have a trivia tonight, so we'll have a trivia at about between the third and fourth quarter. So Dave's Express Care Car Wash trivia. All right, so this time they're going to hand it off. I think the Barber, and maybe not, Thackeray. Thackeray does carry it. And the Royals keep him from gaining a first down, so it's going to be 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. See what the Chargers come up with here. So far, really keeping it on the ground, have not thrown it through the air too much. Morris is going to hand it off, and Barber's going to break free and breaks a couple tackles, is going to pick up about 10 yards. So it looked like he was initially stopped close to the line of scrimmage or just past, and then he busted through and was able to pick up the first down. Freshman Simon Barber. So now it's 1st and 10 from the 22-yard line. Let me see. Morris is going to throw. He's going to go deep, and the ball falls incomplete. That looked like that was intended for Owen Eldridge. So that was a good attempt there. Right now, the Chargers really haven't been able to get anything going through the air. Been limited really to their success on the ground so far. And you got to think that Coach Echeverria is excited after giving up 49 points in the last game against Frankton. Holding the team to 0 in that first quarter is kind of a relief. As Morris is going to be tackled right away in the backfield. And so great defense. My eyes can't see the numbers. So here, we'll play the replay. You can see it better than I can. I might be able to read it on the monitor. Oh, was I playing replay that whole time? All right, we're live. Technical issues. All right, it's 3rd and long. Short pass in the flat by Barber. He's going to initially be tackled, but Barber breaks it. He breaks it in 3rd tackle. He's going down the sideline. You can't see it because the guy has zoomed in too much. But he broke 2 tackles there. And the freshman, Simon Barber, giving the Chargers a little spark here. So, sorry you couldn't see it. He initially caught the ball, and he was really defended well right off the catch. And then broke a tackle, then broke another tackle, kept his legs moving, and then burst down the sideline. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 42, and really the deepest penetration into Royal territory tonight so far for the Chargers. Morris in the shotgun. He's going to hand off to Thacker right up the middle. He's met right away. He's going to lose a yard. So that is, I believe, Ethan Carter just met him in the backfield and lost a yard. As it's now 2nd and 11. So Barber comes in. And Barber is going to be right next to Morris in the backfield. You got Thackeray kind of in the wing on the far side. And Thackeray's going to move in motion. We've got a flag. So I think somebody was covered up, is I believe what's happened here on the end. Or a false start. So somebody moved early. Again, if this isn't aimed well, I can't control it. So basically, all I can see is control zoom. I do appreciate John Splater turning the camera because he's actually doing a different job up there for the football team. And he turns the camera for us. So appreciate that. All right, it's now 2nd and 16. Morris going to take it. He fakes the throw in the flat. Now he brings it down. He's going to try to run. and he's met short after about a 1-yard gain right in the gap. So great job, great pursuit there defensively. I think it might have been Aiden Trueblood kind of met him there in the middle, and Morris wasn't able to gain more than just a yard. So it's 3rd and 15, big play here. So far, the Chargers haven't got a lot downfield through the air. They did have a short pass that Barber broke. We'll see what they come up with here on this 3rd and long situation. Morris, ball goes over his head. It's loose. He's going to dive on it. It's still loose, and the Royals are going to recover it right there. So he tried to pick it up. He couldn't quite get it. It was a little slippery, and the Royals with their 2nd forced turnover here already in the first half, as that's over the head, and the ball kept going, and great job by the Royals diving on it, and they're going to take over in great field position here with a 14-0 lead. So 1st and 10, they're going to take over at the 37-yard line. And it's really nice to see that Mark has been able to play as much as he had. I was wondering how he would handle this, even if he was hurt. Yeah, they're going to wrap him up behind there. So good pursuit. Mark wasn't able to get it loose there. Mark Kuby. And he's actually going to lose just a little bit on that play. $190 people watching, and this is just YouTube and Facebook devices. We also are on IHSAA TV, and that number does not include anybody watching on IHSA TV. So we thank everybody for watching us. Brown moves in motion. Kuby's going to hand it up the middle. He's got a he's going to fumble, and now the Chargers are going to jump on it. So Royals and Chargers trade turnovers as Mark originally burst through the line. And it looked like he had a little bit of space to make something happen. And somebody poked the ball out there, and it looked like maybe Morris jumps on it. And now the Chargers take over first. I think that's just maybe the 2nd turnover of the season for the Royals. I think they've had one, I may be wrong, but maybe one other than turnovers on downs. I only remember one interception last week. I don't remember any fumbles. But my memory is not very good. So, all right, now let's see what the Chargers can do. 1st and 10 from the 25. Morris is unable to catch that. He just jumps on it now. And right now just the handling of the snap has become a problem here for the Chargers, as they've had I believe a punt snap that went over the head, and they've had a few missed snaps here in this recently. So now, and if you're Coach Stern, it's got to be frustrating because a lot of their mistakes are been self-inflicted mistakes there for the Chargers. Where they're just making a few mistakes, and the Royals have been trying to take advantage of it. So they're going to hand it off, and that is Barber. He's going to pick up about 3. So talk about some of our defenders that are out there. I know we have Rylan Shelton is out there at corner now. I think they're going to try to keep people fresh here. And so that's where being a deep team is really important on a hot night like tonight. Keep people fresh, hopefully well hydrated, especially those that are trying to play a little bit both ways. So it's 3rd and 13. And Morris is going to roll out to his right. He's going to throw the pass. It's going to be complete, and he's going to break down the sideline. And he is pushed out of bounds there by Manship. And a big play there. That's number 89, Hunter Meister, the junior. And again, this is kind of the second time where it looked like he could have been tackled in a missed angle there. I mean, the poor angle there kind of allowed him to break down the sideline and unable to get that stop. So now the Chargers get something going as they're now in Royal territory. 1st and 10 from the 43-yard line. 5:29 left until halftime. And it says first quarter. It's actually second quarter. Oh, the Royals nearly ripped that ball away. This is what happens when the scoreboard is not automatic. Is the guy in the booth forgets to change it. It's a second quarter. After last week, though, I would believe it if it was still the first quarter in that 3-hour football game that we had last week. All right, 2nd and 8. Jones moves in motion. Morris is going to fake a little play action. He's going to throw it out to Jones, and Jones drops it. Couldn't bring it in. It was just a little high, but Jones had 2 hands on it, just couldn't quite bring it in. I think it was Jones. Maybe it was Meister. It might have been Meister. My bad. So now it's 3rd and 8. And there's a handoff to Thacker. He's going to get the first down and more, but the ball comes loose, and they're going to say he's down. Let's replay it just to see for fun. They're not going to. It's not going to matter, but we'll replay it just to see. I think it might be correct. I think he may have been down, but the ball was ripped away from Thackeray. We'll look at the replay. Yeah, it was close. It was close. I wouldn't say it was guaranteed. For sure he was down, but it's not obvious that he wasn't either. So almost a big break there for the Royals after a big run by Thackeray. Gets the first down. They're going to hand it off to Barber. Barber's going to make one move but can't break that, and it's going to be for no gain. Good pursuit by the Royals. And if the Chargers can score here, get it within 1 touchdown, I believe the Chargers received the second half kickoff, and despite really the Royals statistically, I feel like dominating most of this game, it's not out of range score-wise. They can really get back into this very quickly, especially considering all of the mistakes that the Chargers have made so far. Here's the handoff up the middle. It's going to be Barber. Barber's running, and he's going to pick up a good 5 yards or so. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 5. All right. So Morris in the backfield. Run a man in motion to the right. He's going to look into the flat. It's caught by Thackeray. Thackeray's going to try to break the tackle. He does. He gets enough for a first down and more. And the Chargers keep this drive alive. So far, the Chargers have had a lot of success at hitting people in the flat and then having them turn up field and break a tackle and to get some yards after catch. And the Royals kind of started the same way early on, kind of hit a lot of people in the flat, turned up field. First touchdown was the Wheeler in a similar type of a play. Thackeray takes the ball upfield. Going to be a gain of about 3 or 4. And I think we have our first timeout, I believe, official timeout. So let me see if I can get a commercial to work. I think all my commercials are broke, and they all need fixed. Oh, nope, this one should. Let's try this one.
Looking to give your car that sparkling clean shine it deserves? Look no further than Dave's Express Care Car Wash. Conveniently located at 1749 West Main Street in Greenfield, Dave's Express is your family-owned and operated car wash destination. Choose from our wide range of wash packages. And while your car gets pampered, you can indulge your taste buds at Dave's Express Grill. Have a bite of the world-famous Super Tenderloin Sandwich. Dave's Express Care Car Wash, where exceptional service meets unbeatable value. Experience the difference today.
All right, welcome back. And that reminds me, if anybody's near Dave's Express Care Car Wash, I could use a tenderloin. I'm kind of hungry. They have really good tenderloin, and I could use one right about now. I don't think DoorDash will deliver this far. But if you haven't had a Dave's Express Care Car Wash tenderloin, then you've been missing out. And I highly recommend getting the gravy on the side and dipping it into the gravy. All right, here we go. 2nd and 6 for the Chargers as Morris is going to look to throw. He's got a lot of pressure, and he's going to go down with the sack. So good pressure there by Rubel and Gabe Johnson with that sack. So Caden Rubel, Gabe Johnson kind of combined there. And that's going to bring a 3rd and long, 3rd and 14 to be exact, from the 15, I believe, if that's right. That's not the 15. That is the about the 21. We'll go with that. And a bad snap again. Morris is not able to fall on it. And let's see who did fall on it. It looks like a lineman jumped on that. And snaps have been the issue, the biggest issue tonight for the Chargers. Shotgun snaps. So it looks like the Royals have called timeout. So I think they're trying to save some time here. It's with before halftime, as it's 4th down, 14, and the Royals want to have a little bit of time in case they get this ball back to be able to move the ball down the field. Timeouts are not. Well, I don't even have timeouts on there, so don't worry about it. Nobody has offered to bring me a tenderloin. So we will have to deal with it, I guess. All right. See what the Chargers have for 4th and 24 here from their 34-yard line. Their kicker, I'll say this, their kicker was kicking 45-yard field goals pregame. So now this would be a 50-yard field goal if they were to do this. But I was watching him kick 45-yard field goals before the game. But the Chargers are going to go for it here. 4th down and 24. 5 wide for the Chargers as Barber moves in motion to the left. Morris is going to look to throw. He's under pressure, and the ball is dropped by Thackeray. Unable to bring it in. Royals take over on downs at the 34-yard line with a minute 26 left here until the half. My wife is not being very kind. She did not offer to bring me. My wife is not going to bring me. She told me to suck it up. Buttercup. All right, Royals. Eden's going to take it with a quarterback draw. He tries to get to the outside, and he does. So he's going to get out of bounds, which stops the clock. Gains of about 7. Don't text me things. I will repeat it online. All right, 2nd down and 5. I thought he got a little bit more than that, but 2nd and 5. It's hard to see that sideline. From the 38. And Eden's going to throw a short pass up the middle, and then Rubel, I think it is, turns upfield. He's going to pick up a big gain. That's going to stop the clock for the change the move. So one of Rubel's best catches of the year so far. Gets the Royals in its Charger territory. And they're going obviously pretty fast here, so I'm going to go back live as Eden looks to throw. And it does get out of bounds, and they pick up about 12 yards. I couldn't see who caught that. I believe it probably should have been Manship on that side, so I'm going to guess it was Eli Manship with the catch. Gets out of bounds. 1st and 10 from the 33. 1 minute left here until halftime. Royals trying to get a strike here before halftime. Chargers do get the kickoff in the second half. And Eden's going to look to throw. Looks like he's going to go out again, the Manship. And they've kind of gone with this little route a few times, and it's been successful. Let's see. I don't want to miss the next play, so on this replay. We're coming back. Zoom in a little bit. All right. Eden's going to hand it off to QB. QB makes one move. He's getting to the outside, and he's going to hurdle someone, and he does get out of bounds. So he picks up the first down, picks up about 10 yards, and Royals doing a nice job at methodically moving down the field, controlling the clock. I do not know the timeout situation, but I believe they have at least one timeout remaining. 1st and 10 from the 14-yard line. And Eden's going to look to throw. He's going to roll out to his right, and he's just going to throw it in the back of the end zone, but Rubel couldn't quite get there. And not a bad throw there, okay? Rubel was the only one that had a chance to catch that. If it goes out of bounds, no big deal. We only go to 2nd down. Really good decision there by junior quarterback Elijah Eden. There was no real risk there, only a chance of a reward. So, hi, Kaylee. I got your text. Hope you're being good for Mom. All right, clean your room. All right, Eden's going to roll out to his right, and he's going to be tackled in the backfield. And Eden wanted a face mask. I don't know. I guess I was too zoomed in. Eden kind of wanted a face mask there, but they don't get it. I think the Royals called a timeout to stop the clock. So I did hit replay, but I think he runs off screen. So, yeah, just barely. Sorry about that. So he did. He went down hard. He was swung down by the upper body, and Eden was arguing for a face mask, but the officials did not give it to him. 3rd down and 14. Really 2 plays here. I mean, you're going to get 2 plays to go 14 yards. They're not kicking a field goal here. Aaron Redmond has moved on and graduated, so that luxury is not here this year. So if you can just get about half of this back, make it manageable for 4th down. So, I'm not sure if the Royals have a timeout left or not. Let's zoom out just a tad. Don't want to miss a touchdown. All right, Eden is going to throw it over the middle, and it's just out of the reach. So again, Saphaya. Hello. All right. Now it's 4th down. Can get a first down here. So if the Royals score here, this is a big play. Royals score here. They take a 21-0 lead here going into halftime. A big stop here. The Chargers keep it to 14, and they get the ball back coming out of the second half after regrouping. As Eden's going to roll out to his right, he may go. He may just run it himself. He's going to be close to the first down. He's going to get the first down, and the clock's going to stop. And now it's going to be first down and goal. So great play there by Elijah Eden using his feet. They get right up on the line because we do not have timeouts. They're going, and he throws the ball on the ground. That's going to stop the clock. 10.9 seconds left. It's going to be 2nd and goal from the 4. Really great play by Elijah Eden. Using his feet, avoided the pressure, and then was able to get the first down. So I'm assuming the Royals, obviously they're clocking that, are out of timeouts. So with 10.9 seconds, you probably have a couple chances to make a throw. You cannot take a sack or get tackled inbounds. And Eden's going to try to run it in himself. He's going to be at least out of bounds if he didn't score. So he's right at the goal line. Now they change it. They just went touchdown. So originally it looked like he was going to call him out of bounds, and they switched it to touchdown. So what a huge play there as the Royals now take a 20-0 lead. But officials are discussing it. Did he not? They're still discussing here. I am pretty sure that they motioned touchdown, but they have not included it. Oh, now they're calling a chop block penalty here. So see what you see here. This is where I need Coach Allen to find this chop block in this replay. I believe that's what they've called. And anybody see it? Tell me where it's at, because I don't see anything there. It was actually thrown in the end zone here, so. So the Chargers were called for whatever it was here. So they did score. All right. So 20-0 Royals. Big play there. Great drive, moving down the field. Now we're got another official timeout here. Official steps in to discuss something. So the Royals did get that touchdown. It is actually 20-0. Hopefully second half we'll have the scoreboard reading the actual scoreboard in here. So now the Royals going for 2. As Eden moves in motion, and the Royals do a scrum, rugby scrum, and it did not work. So the Chargers stop them. The Royals take a 20-0 lead. There's 2.7 seconds, so we're going to have a kickoff. And I think if you talk to our coaching staff, it was a rough week this week. We had lots of kids out sick this week. We had lots of kids get injured. We had one get injured late in the week, right at the end of a practice. We had the injury last week at the end of the game. And so if you're the Royals coaches, you got to be thrilled considering all the things that happened this practice, because I got a sense that, they were this is a good team, and you can't go in against a good team injured and sick. And so they've got to be really relieved to have a 20-0 lead here almost at halftime. And credit to the people that have stepped in. They have been subbing a decent amount here, the Royals. Keeping fresh bodies. It's hot still. I cannot wait to walk out of this press box and feel the breeze. And so it's a hot night. So they're doing a good job at rotating people through. That penalty that happened before before the touchdown, that penalty is now being assessed here on the kickoff. And so that's why you see the Royals kicking off from where they're kicking off from. So a late substitution here. But what you don't want to do is give them a chance to return this, because they have dangerous returners here. So you need to give it. Oh, that's a risky thing. That scares me. So they got some good returners. They had two returns for touchdowns, and he gets out to the outside, but he's going to go out of bounds. And that's going to end the half with the Royals leading 20-0 here. And they're going to go in and regroup at halftime. And we're going to take a little break. And I do appreciate everybody watching. Stay tuned. You're going to see a little bit of recognition of our new Royal Pride Athletes of the Week this week. And some other things going around school. Next week is senior night. So just to make sure while I got you here before you take a break and head to the fridge, next week is senior night. So come out and support the seniors here next week. So as we take a break here, we'll be right back. Royals lead 20-0.
It's time for the Commissioner's Corner, an exclusive weekly conversation about Indiana high school sports with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. Now for an up-to-the-minute report about what's happening in the constantly changing world of high school sports, here's Coach Bob Lovell with Commissioner Paul Neidig.
Welcome back, everyone, to our weekly conversation with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. And Commissioner, last Friday night, opening night for high school football, weather was great, crowds were huge, seemed like all in all a tremendous night.
Oh, it was, Coach. I mean, it was the first chapter in the high school football story for this year, and it was. I mean, we received a lot of information back. Our staff was out across the state watching games, and, you know, it's that time-honored tradition that local community does every year when it turns the lights on for the first football game, and people showed up. And as the teams, they say, then they showed out. We're still a few weeks away from knowing who's going to be, you know, really good and who's got a good chance of making it to Lucas Oil Stadium, the home of the Colts. But, again, it was just a phenomenal night.
One of those nights where two number ones go down to defeat. Not something that happens very often, but we have to underscore the fact that it is the first week. There's some really good football teams, and coaches still aren't really sure exactly where they are and what they have. And that's why we talk about that concept of making improvement from game one to game two as being one of the most important weekends of the year.
Oh, that's exactly right. You know, I have a brother that's an assistant coach down in southern Indiana at the old alma mater, North Posey, and, you know, it's and they won their football game, but that staff immediately went to work when that game was over with that night, dissecting film, communicating. Then they got their kids in, looked at them on Saturday, got them all, make sure that all their health checks were done. But then they went right back to work in the coach's office on Sunday, and they're putting together a game plan, finding ways that they can improve. You know, and it was just that effort made, and you know, it's incredible the amount of work, but the passion our adults have in working with our student athletes and trying to give them the best possible opportunity to win a football game and succeed on the field and meet their goals.
We're talking with the commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. And Paul, something that I paid attention to, and I know you do, but the weather was great, which meant you had big crowds. And the importance of that is hard to underscore, hard to state for people. You know, you're financing an entire athletic program oftentimes off what the revenue from football is. So the better the weather, the more tickets you sell, the more money you make. Those tickets are incredibly important for you to support the student athletes in your community. And we're hopeful that we can have similar weather throughout this football season.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we want to, we're chasing a little heat this week to make sure we keep our kids hydrated and following proper protocols. But, it's going to cool down a little bit towards the end of the week. And, yeah, it is so important for people just to show up and go watch a football game and support. And it doesn't have to be football. It can be anything that's going on at the high school that week, whether it be volleyball or boys or girls soccer. And it's just the purity of high school students participating for their school. And you got to get out there and watch them. And it's fun to watch the game, but it's really about providing resources for schools to develop kids that are going to give back to their communities in many ways through the rest of their lives. And it's just so important. And it all starts with going out and watching the game.
We also have, obviously, our fall sports in full swing. It's a great time of the year, and it's fantastic to be on these campuses of our schools watching and being a part of what's happening with the fall sports programs.
Absolutely, Coach. I enjoy it so much to get out there and watch what goes on in these communities. And again, it's part of the fabric of this great state and the state of Indiana, because an education-based athletic system still matters here. And not all the states across this country can say that.
He's the commissioner of the IHSAA. It's Paul Neidig. This is our weekly conversation about all things IHSAA related. Get out to a ball game, support the student athletes in your community, and make sure sportsmanship is your number one goal. Do it and do it the right way. Commissioner, great to spend time with you. As always, have a great weekend.
Thanks, Coach, and thank you for promoting this great sporting world of Indiana across your radio network.
Thanks for listening to The Commissioner's Corner with IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig and Coach Bob Lovell. And thank you for your continued support of the high schools in your community.
All right, welcome back as we've got about 2 minutes and 13 seconds here. Though I don't see, they started the clock, the 3-minute clock, and North Decatur's not out here yet. So the Royals are out here. We're still waiting on the Chargers. But, why is the score not showing up? So it is 20-0. I am not sure why. I thought I fixed it. And I may be dealing with that all game. We'll see. Hopefully it reads. Let's test it out. And they don't have down and distance and quarter even on the scoreboard currently. So, but we'll test out at least the clock, see if it's working. So if you see things mess up, we're going to try to have down and distance. We're going to try to have a clock. And so usually it improves at night. And hopefully it does. I'm still waiting on Coach Allen to text me these stats. He guaranteed they'd be correct if he did keep them. So I think he said we've had like 5 school records. But we are getting ready now. The Chargers are out here for the second half, and the Chargers are going to receive. Yeah, I'm afraid if I move it, it's going to. If I move the scoreboard, we're going to have other issues. So I apologize. And like I said, at home, we don't have to worry about it. We have the huddle camera. But here, we're kind of at the mercy of whatever angle the camera is facing upstairs that they're using for the football team. So away, we don't actually have a specific cameraman running the camera for the live stream. It's the team setup, and they just kind of point it in the right direction with what they do. And we just have our camera like sitting in front of it. And then I have a long cord that I can adjust the zoom. So now they've reset the 3 minutes. So now that North Decatur is out here. So I guess I was a little bit early coming back. But the Royals here so far, well, it's not. Let's kind of look. I want to see if this is working right. So Royals are up 20-0. They scored 14-0 in the first quarter. And Royals then tacked on 6 points there right before halftime, literally with like 2 seconds left in the half. And took a 20-0 lead heading into halftime. But this is a good Charger team, and it's a well-coached team. They're going to come out here, and they're going to make adjustments. And a lot of their issues, and I'm sure this is what their coaches are talking to them about, a lot of their issues have been self-inflicted things that have put them behind the sticks. Not necessarily penalties, but they've had quite a few just miscues handling the football. They put it on the ground a few times, both running with it and some bad snaps that kind of couldn't be handled. And then they've had a few drops even. So these are all, like as a coaching staff, these are all fixable things. I'm sure that's what North Decatur will be talking about. Royals, they've got to stay foot on the gas here because North Decatur, there's a reason why they're ranked in the top 5 of 1A, and that's because they're a really good football team. So they are going to definitely need to not let up here. Chargers are going to get the football here, so it'll be interesting to see what they came up with on how they're going to attack the Royals. As far as I can tell, we haven't had any injury issues or cramping so far for the Royals, and we were pretty banged up coming in. We have a few players that I was told they probably were not going to play tonight as soon as this morning. And they have played. So credit to them, toughing it out, and able to help their team tonight. All right. Again, reminder, we'll have the Dave's Express Care Car Wash. I think my commercials are all still messed up. We'll take one real quick right now just to test it.
Discover the taste of summer at Paxton Farms Sweet Corn. Located just north of Maxwell, 2 miles west of State Road 9 on 600 North. Our sweet corn is handpicked, bringing sunshine to every bite. But that's not all. Capture picturesque memories in our fields of vibrant sunflowers, perfect for photos. Bring the joy of Paxton Farms Sweet Corn to your summer gatherings. Visit us today and experience the sweetness that keeps people coming back for more. Find us on Facebook, Paxton Farms Sweet Corn. Paxton Farms Sweet Corn, the sweetest taste of summer.
All right, we're getting ready here for the kickoff. And obviously the Royals probably going to do some kind of trickery here. And what's the flag there? The offsides. So I'm assuming they're calling that against the Chargers there. So that's going to move the Chargers. So the Chargers moved before, which is interesting. The ball wasn't even like kicked. So there was a flag thrown, and he called offsides. I don't know. And I'm not the rule guy. This is where Coach Allen, also football official Coach Allen, comes in real handy. All right, redo. Try again. As the Royals fake that kick. And like they've faked this as many as 2 ice. Now they're going to kick it this way, and the hands team does a nice job for the Chargers and just jumps on it. And after getting a few onside kicks last week, so far it hasn't been effective this week. And you got to think maybe Frankton just wasn't prepared or expecting it because, I mean, they may not have even practiced onside kick return. So that now with the Royals having film out there, teams will definitely be practicing it before they play the Royals. All right, here we go. Morris under center, and Eldridge moves in motion. They're going to give it off misdirection to the right side. That's Thackeray, I believe. Thackeray's going to pick up about 9 yards. So a good first down pickup there for the Chargers. One of their best first down plays of the night. And I'm sure their execution will be a lot more crisper here in the second half. 2nd down and 1. And Morris is going to hand it off to Barber this time. Barber bursts through the line. He's going to get a first down and more. So first down for Barber. He comes out. So see if the Royals defense can tighten up. Remember, this Royals team gave up 49 points last week, so you got to be thrilled that they held the Chargers, a good team, to scoreless in the first half here so far. So keep playing well defensively. Morris under center. He's going to give the handoff to the up back. It's Thackeray. Thackeray's actually picked up and carried, and he actually gained a few yards after that. All right, it is 2nd down and 5. Chargers on the move, their best drive of the night so far. Morris is going to toss it to Barber, I believe. Barber is going to be stopped for just a short gain. Going to bring up 3rd and about 4. 3rd and 4, and I guess the downs and distances are not working. So let me play around with that for a second. 3rd down. Pass is caught. Eldridge makes that catch. And almost got it here. There we go. Sorry about that. I thought I had it set up. 1st and 10 for the Chargers. And a score here is really big. That'll get the Chargers a little bit of confidence and right back into this ball game, as it's definitely not over. 1st and 10, third quarter here. Morris is going to fake the handout off bootleg to his left. He's going to keep it and run. He's going to get a 1st down and a little bit more, and he's tackled out of bounds all the way down inside the 10-yard line, about the 7-yard line. And Chargers got it knocking on the doorstep to score here. So 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. And we didn't lose too many. We're at 208 devices watching still. So inside handoff to number 3. I think that is Cooper Palmer. He doesn't really go anywhere there. So a little trick misdirection there. As it looks like Barber comes back in. McKinney comes back out. Morris comes in with the play. You got to think on a night like tonight, that just jogging to your coach on the sideline and it's got to take a little bit of toll on a night like tonight this hot. All right, 2nd down and 9 from the 9. And the handoff to Thackeray. Thackeray's going to bull forward about a short gain of about 3. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. Remember, we will have the Dave's Express Hair Car Wash trivia question between the 3rd and 4th quarter. So 3rd down and 6. They're probably going to go for it, even if they don't get this. Actually, 3rd and goal from here. Morris is going to look to throw. He's going to throw it out into the flat, and that's going to be a touchdown. I can't quite see who it is. Got it. I think it was number 9, Owen Eldridge. So kind of a trips on the top and a little bubble screen. They throw it out, and Eldridge makes a good move, gets into the end zone, and the Chargers get on the board, and that's what they needed coming out of halftime. Get something positive going. And really executed really well there. And now the Royals jump off sides on the extra point attempt. So now I think they're going to switch. So they're going to switch. And half the distance to go. Now they're going to go for 2. They change complete lineups. It's a full house backfield here. And Thackeray's going to bull through. So that penalty does hurt the Royals, and the Chargers take advantage of it. And now the score, 8-20. I don't know if I can get them to. Because, yeah, now we can really see the crowd. There's our crowd. But we could not see the crowd. So we have a water timeout. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back right after this commercial.
Are you guys ready for prom? Yeah, I am. Are you going for prom royalty?
Yeah, I'm going to try and win this year.
Yeah, I'm super excited. Reagan, look out! Ah!
All right, I couldn't get a hold of – I wasn't able to get up there to talk to our – oh, there we go. Whoever talked to Coach Splater, John Splater, let him know to tilt it down just a little bit. He did there. And that's what I was trying. I was out in the out of the press box trying to get his attention, but that's kind of crowded. I couldn't quite get to him. I think that's a little better. All right, so see how the Royals respond here after that nice drive by the Chargers. We drove right down the field and scored their first touchdown, and really the first drive where they just didn't make any mistakes. Kind of shot themselves in the foot, and then they were really successful there. Deep kickoff is going to be returned. I think it's Shaw. Shaw makes one move, tries to get on the outside, and he's going to be hit out of bounds. And the Royals are going to take over about the 24-yard line. So, again, we thank everybody for watching. We have quite a few people, and I think we've mentioned it, but you can find us on YouTube. We're over 1,900 subscribers, closing in on 2,000. We're also on Facebook tonight as well as IHSA TV. And we're still working on our 9-star now. Potentially at some point we could be on 9-star now for this season. All right, Royals take over here. See what they come with. They're going to flip it to Hayden Jackson. Hayden tries to get to the outside. He's going to turn the corner. And after Hayden Jackson, 211 yards receiving, that may be his first or second catch of tonight. So, again, that is considered a catch. Jet sweep, if you pay attention. Oh, they're going to call. Oh, so second down and about 4. So that's technically a pass and catch. If you look, Hayden runs in front of Elijah, and Elijah tosses it up in the air as Hayden comes across. So not a run, technically a pass. I'm told the strategy behind that is in case it's a bad handoff or a bad exchange, it's an incomplete pass, not a fumble. So so you don't risk the chance of getting a turnover in that situation. All right, so 1st and 10. Manship in motion, everybody on the right side. Now they run QB to the right side. QB makes one move, makes a few people miss. He's going to get the first down and about 15-yard pickup there. Mark QB, he did a good job at like hanging on to that football there. He had a fumble in the first half. And he hangs on to it and when he makes contact, and he's tackled by a gang of Chargers there. As it's now 1st and 10. And Chargers trying to get a sub off the field. They do. You got Eden in the backfield with QB. They hand it off to QB. He's going to make a move. He's just really shifty in the middle there. And picks up another big set of yards there, about 8. I mean, he ran for just to talk about last week a little bit. Mark Kuby ran for 254 yards, I believe, which is one of our easily in our top 10 all-time rushing games, and we hardly talked about him. So here, Eden's going to bring it down. He's feeling the pressure, and he's going to make one move. He's going to get a first down, I believe, or it's going to be just short. It's going to be right about the sticks. So they must like something on the right side there, because most of these plays have been heading to the right side. So 1st and 10 from the 41-yard line. Royals trying to respond after the Chargers score on their last possession there. They give it to Kuby. Kuby's just running behind that big offensive line. And I got to give credit to the offensive line. Mark just kind of ran right behind him and wasn't touched until a few yards down the field. So good credit to our offensive linemen up there up front. They just really just overpowered the Chargers there, pushed them downfield, and Mark just kind of fell right behind him. And there's a better pursuit there by the Chargers, going to catch Mark behind the line. About a loss of about 1 yard. It's going to be 3rd and about 3 or 4. And what's this? Maybe a water break, water timeout? Oh, nope, they're going to they're calling a timeout here. Official timeout. They reset the play clock. Wheeler comes in for Kuby. Wheeler with a touchdown early in this game. Zoom out just a tad, hopefully. And Eden's going to hand it to Wheeler. Wheeler's going to make a good move and he's going to get the first down. Pickup of about 10 yards there. So Evan Wheeler, the junior running back, hasn't been in a whole lot on offense tonight. Thought he might get the start tonight if Kuby couldn't go. He had a good run there. He has a reception for a touchdown, for our first touchdown early in this game. So 1st and 10. Eden's going to throw it out, and it's going to be caught, and he's going to break a tackle, go for the pylon. He's going to be just short, pushed out of bounds right before. I'm going to guess it was Brown. Austin Brown over there on the right side makes a catch. Watch him move this little hitch route, turns around, comes back to the ball, and the Charger makes a gamble there. And Brown nearly gets a touchdown. And now the Royals are 1st and goal from the 1. And it's going to be a false start. That's going to push the Royals back. Oh, maybe not. It may be offsides. Now we have a second flag late. And we don't like late flags. We saw enough late flags last week. So we've got a little bit of a discussion. If they could go over here and stand in front of my camera when I zoom in. So we'll see. So there they are. It's nice of the officials. All right, let's see the call. So they're going to call offsides on the defense, on the Chargers. So I guess, but then the Royals are going the other direction. No, okay. So then we had a personal foul call against the Royals. So offsides against the Chargers could have put them at 1st and a half yard to go. Instead, a personal foul. I'm assuming that trumps a offsides after the play. And so now the Royals all the way back to the 16-yard line at 1st and goal. So they do another jet sweep, and this time they take him down, but we have more flags on the field. So sorry, I forgot I was zoomed in. I don't think I hit the replay. Well, maybe I did. So there were some flags, or maybe this is from previous. Yeah, that's earlier, the Brown catch. So the flags were in the backfield of the secondary. So a personal foul face mask against the Chargers. So we have now traded personal fouls. And but I don't think this is going to bring it back to where the Royals were before. This is probably a half the distance situation, I am assuming. So a 15-yard penalty against the Royals and then a 7.5-yard penalty against the Chargers for the same penalty in this situation. So 1st and goal from the 10. This time we got in motion, and now we have a timeout Royals. So Coach Etch didn't like something there. So the Royals call a timeout as it's 1st and 10, and maybe it's just to settle your guys down. It's maybe getting a little chippy out there with 2 back-to-back first personal fouls penalties there. Let's see. Let's go do a commercial. We'll be right back. You're watching Eastern Hancock football on the EH Sports Network.
Some people see a huddle in the locker room. We see a second classroom. Some see a student athlete on the court. We see a future leader in the community. You see, high school sports in Indiana are special. That's because they're about learning and growing, not just winning and losing. Fans, I'm Commissioner Paul Neidig. Support education-based athletics in Indiana by buying a ticket to your high school's next athletic event.
All right, welcome back. I am Joe Paxton, your announcer tonight. If you feel like chatting with me, you can chat with us on YouTube by commenting on the video or making a comment on Facebook. We can see it in here. I said we can see it, like as if there's somebody else here with me. So I can see it. All right, Royals here. 1st and 10 from the 10. Elijah rolls out to his right. He's going to throw it in the right at about the goal line. A diving, sliding catch for the Royals. Touchdown. So the Royals respond. I did not see who caught it. I'm cheating and waiting for the announcer for North Decatur to announce who caught it. Let's see here. Maybe we'll catch it here. It's not Rubel. It may be Jackson. It is Hayden Jackson with the touchdown. And the Royals take a 26-8 lead. Hayden Jackson, his first touchdown of the evening, I believe. And the Royals going for 2. They did, and another timeout. So Royals use a second timeout here early here in the first half. Not even to the fourth quarter yet. Reminder, we will have the Dave's Express Care Car Wash trivia question between the third and fourth quarter. So stay tuned for that. And let's see. Remember our players to watch. Okay, for tonight was Elijah Eden, quarterback for the Royals. He's had a really nice game so far, both through the air and on the ground. And Corbin Thackeray, another player that's done a really nice job for the Chargers. He had 7 touchdowns last week. And so far the Royals have done a nice job keeping him under control after the big game last week. All right, now the Royals conversion. And we have not converted a lot this year. And that's going to be 2-point conversion. Run right up the middle, off tackle. And the Royals take a 28-8 lead here late in the third quarter. We will see if we can get some scores from around the area. So we're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be right back right after this commercial.
I live in a rural area and I am an electric and internet customer. One day I received a check in the mail and I didn't really realize what it was for. Something that I really didn't realize, that I was getting money back for the services that they give to me, which is nice. Being local, you don't really see that from bigger companies. 9 Star is different than others.
9 Star is a different kind of company, and the difference is you.
All right, we're back. I'm looking up some scores. End of the third quarter, Monroe Central all over Union City, 41-19. That's a conference game. That might even be where that's where the Chargers go next. They will travel to Monroe Central. So Monroe Central on their way to going 2-0 to start the season. I heard that Knightstown was in a lightning delay. Looks like there's been some other lightning delays up north. Is it raining up home? So I'll zoom out. Sorry. And there's the attempt of a short onside kick. This one's got a little bit of a chance. It was touched before it went 10 yards, but it was touched by a Charger, so it was a live ball. But Chargers done a really nice job at taking care of the onside kick situation. What's the weather like at home? Anybody let me know? Rain north of 70. So it's not raining at school because we're south of 70. That's good though to know. All right. I really don't want to see any lightning. I do not need a lightning delay. I enjoy Greensburg. I do not want to be here too long. Oh, good pursuit there by the Royals in the backfield. Thackeray was not able to get away. And much better tackling. Last week we had a running back for the Eagles. It looked like we had him tackled. We spun him around, and he burst open for a long touchdown. This time had those similar deja vu there, but the Royals able to get him down to the ground this time. So rain is over Indy, lots of lightning. I do not want – we're looking north. Our press box is looking north toward Rushville, that direction. And I don't want to see lightning. And Morris is going to keep it. And he's going to get right to the first down marker. And it looked like there was a little confusion. It almost looked like the running back thought he was getting the ball there and didn't. So clear in Knightstown. Nobody likes lightning delays unless we have Cody Hibbert. If Cody Hibbert's here, he can make a lightning delay enjoyable. If you ever have not seen our North Decatur game from a few years ago, it was a home game, lightning delay, and you're ever having a bad day, go turn that game on and watch Coach Hibbert and the lightning delay. You won't regret it. So, all right, it's going to be 4th down and short. Sorry, I missed that. You saw it. New Pal's in a lightning delay. That's getting closer. Getting close to the fourth quarter. Here. They do need to run a play before the quarter. And I don't know. Looks like there's going to be a flag. I think there was a flag there. I think we saw movement. It was a slow. The official did not throw the flag until really, really late. So illegal motion, I believe, is what they're calling here. I don't think they got it. So if you decline this, was that fourth down? I believe that was fourth down. You would just take over on downs. So they're declining this, and because the Chargers did not get the first down. So Royals take over, turnover on downs. And there's 1.4 seconds left until the end of the third quarter, and we'll have our Dave's Express Care Car Wash. Ooh. All right. So according to the weather reports from my viewers, we need to get this game over with. And nobody's brought me a tenderloin. 1.4 seconds left. And it looked like the Royals might have been false start. And Eden's gonna go deep. He takes a shot, and why not? End of the third quarter, go deep. But the ball was just a little bit overthrown. I don't know if the camera moved. Oh, so Greenfield game's been canceled at this point. I had not heard that. So I was getting ready to go through. So we're going to move to the fourth quarter. Here's our Dave's Express Care Car Wash trivia question. Hopefully it works. Last week, the Royals had the second most yards of total offense in school history with 651 yards. How many yards is the school record, and who was it against? So only one time have the Royals had more than 651 yards. Ooh, how many yards do you think it was? You can guess anything. You obviously know it's more than 651, so there's a starting point for your guesses. And the unique thing, that was not a close game. The one we had 600 or more than 651 yards. Last week's we needed every one of those 651 yards. I mean, it was a shootout. So, okay, Greenfield was up 35-0 in the first quarter. Wow. Sweet. Thanks, Stu, for the update. That makes me feel better that I'm not going to be staying here most of the night. So Minnie Murray goes with the 723. We will, at some point during the fourth quarter, give that answer. Keep answering on YouTube and Facebook. Quick out pass there to Garrett Shaw. So Shaw makes the catch. He kind of fell down on his own trying to get out of bounds. 3rd and 6 with a 4-yard pickup there for Shaw. So you got Shaw in at receiver, Hayden Jackson, and I think Brown over there. So you got Rubel still in at tight end. QB in the backfield with Elijah Eden. Jackson, they flip it to Jackson. He's going to try to get out to the outside on the jet. He's going to have a chance. He makes one move. He's just got a couple people to beat. And he's going to get down to the 15-yard line. Big play. Hayden Jackson. So sorry I hit this a little late, but he makes a good move there. Hayden, if not the fastest person in the school, one of the fastest athletes in the school. And that's on a hurt ankle there. So, he's not 100%, I would say. All right, throwing there to Rubel. Rubel's got a chance to score. He's just got one guy to beat. He reaches for the goal line, and he scores. Touchdown, Elijah Eden to Caden Rubel. So good, like little release there into the flat. Rubel does a nice job at, and Rubel's a hard player to get down in that open field. If you're a cornerback and you see Rubel coming at you, that's not an easy tackle to make. So we've got a few answers coming in. So lots of answers, 723, lapel, 651, 683. I actually don't know what it is, so I couldn't even tell you for right. I have it on the graphic when it shows up. So 34-8. Late substitutions here. Eden's going to look to throw. Now he brings it down. He may just run for it. Oh, he's just going to flip it out, and he overthrows the receiver out there. And so that's incomplete by Eden. So we have a 2013 against North Decatur. We got a 700 versus Broad Ripple. Here, I'll just show you. You want to see some of our answers so far. So some of our guesses. So see what we get. We got lots of time. So we'll announce it later when we get a chance. But last week, pretty incredible, and it was balanced. We had a lot of passing yardage and rushing yardage. And like I said, it was not a blowout. It was we needed every one of those yards, every one of those drives, every one of those big plays last week, of those 651 yards. However, in the game that you're looking for, we did not need, the game was well in hand. So there's your hint for the game that you're looking for. All right. 34-8. And I would be totally lying if I would say that I'm like shocked that the Royals have played this well against a really strong North Decatur team. And it's not that I didn't think they were good enough. Just North Decatur is really good, and we were coming in injured and sick. So really, really proud of the performance and the gutsiness of our team here tonight in tough conditions. It is not a fun night to be outside, even at this time. So Chargers take over at the 25-yard line. And this time Morris is going to throw it out into the flat. Is that Jones? It might be Xander Jones, possibly. Yep, his first catch. Really good tight end. And he's really good on the defensive side. So you wonder about these players that are going both ways, how this heat has really affected. Yeah, I would agree. Defense has really stepped up this week. Holding the Chargers, a really good offense, to 8 points. And good defense there. Look, about no gain, maybe a short gain of about 1. And credit to our fans over there as well, and that cheer block. If you can see the cheer block in the screen there on white. A lot of people didn't stay home. They came and supported, all white over there, and a lot of energy. I can hear them over here from this side. So a little out to Eldridge. Makes a couple moves but doesn't get the first down, so that's going to force a 4th down. Trying to get to this side. So it's going to be 4th down and 2. See if the Royals can hold here, force another turnover on downs. And then we may see some substitutions if we were the Royals that can hold here. Morris is going to roll out. He's going to throw it. It's going to be incomplete. And the Royals do hold and force a turnovers on down. And we'll see. Royals with still a lot of time left, 9 minutes. But we'll see. I will do my best if we start subbing people in here. But great job by the Royals. All right, more. We got a number 669, Union City in 2013. I didn't see that, Luke. Freshman Drew Morris out there on the line. I heard he may get some playing time, especially when we knew that we had some injuries and sickness on the line. So good guesses. Some of them may not be guesses anymore. Google is your friend. Or ehathletics.org. Also. All right. Wheeler is in at running back. You got Shaw at wide receiver. On the far side, I can't see. Eli Manship. I can't see who's on the far side. If it's still Brown, I could cheat. Zoom in, but Elijah's going to look to throw. He's going to step out. And wait a minute, is that? Yeah, it's still Elijah. All right, who's our wide receiver over here? Brown. So you got Brown and Manship still starting wide receivers on the far side. Shaw is in on the near side. Wheeler in the backfield with Eden. So it's 3rd down and 1, really short one actually. Just fall forward and you get a first down. Shotgun. They're going to hand it off to Wheeler. Wheeler makes one move off the left side. He's still going. He's going to get the first down and a lot more. And then stopped right there. So about the 14-yard line. And I just got an update via text. Cambridge City Lincoln with a 45-0 victory over Union County. So congratulations to Cambridge City Lincoln. All right. And no, the ball is dropped. Eden just kind of throws it. It's deflected. So that's a good heads-up play by Elijah Eden. That just comes with experience there. Picked up the ball, got it out of his hands. There was a receiver over in that area, and it got deflected anyways. So save the Royals there and save the Royals some yardage as well. So 2nd down, 10, 7:36 remaining here. Royals trying to finish this game out. Just want to get out of here with as injured as we were this week. Let's not have any more injuries. We got a big game against Centerville next week, senior night. So Wheeler cuts the outside. He tries to stay in bounds, but the Chargers push him out of bounds. Centerville was up 53-0 versus Hagerstown at halftime. Wow. So Centerville going to be a big challenge next week. They're going to come in 2-0, I believe, against the Royals. Always a good game. That game last year was a fun game, except that we lost right at the end. So, but it was a fun game to broadcast. Came down to a 2-point conversion at the goal line. All right, Wheeler stopped there. So it's 4th down and 7 from the 10, so they can get a first down without scoring. And I appreciate everybody helping me in the chat. I do enjoy interacting. Oh, bad snap. And this time, Eden just falls on it. So that was 4th and 7. So it's turnover on downs. And now you've got the Chargers taking over. I think some of our... We'll see what we do substitution-wise. All right, let's do it. We got 6 minutes, so we've actually had a correct answer, or very close to correct answer. So here is our trivia. And here is the answer. It was 669 yards against Union City. So John Jordan got it first, Morgan. So Morgan Collins gets it a little bit later. So Union City, I might even believe that was in the sectional. And so it was and that might even be our highest scoring game. I think that may be our 78-point game. So a little bit different. Third place is South Decatur in 2012. 2009, it was Westdell with 573, and then against Hagerstown in 2002. Those are our top 5 total offense. John's using Morgan's YouTube account. So, all right, we're getting back live. Thank you for participating. Thank you to Dave's Express Care Car Wash for being a sponsor of the EH Sports Network. All right, Morris is going to look to throw. He's going to go deep, take a shot downfield, and it is almost picked off. Oh, sorry. The replay has some of the that. So here's the throw, and it was nearly picked off. Good effort there. Going to be 2nd down and 10, and right now, if you're North Decatur, you want to get something positive going here. They got to go play Monroe Central, who had a big win tonight, and going to be 2-0 as well. And that's a long trip from Greensburg to Parker City. That's a pretty good trip. So 3rd down and 6. A lot of the starters for the Chargers still out there. Royals, there's some substitutions. See if I can name some of them that's out there right now. I think I see somebody that. So I see. Well, we'll get to it in a chance. All right, Morris is going to throw it. And nearly picked off. That's good effort there by Tristan Love. Was in the right position. Just it did get by him and nearly still caught. So it's 4th down and 6. And the Chargers are going to punt here. And I'm trying to think. I do not believe there's been a successful punt in this game. So I think the one time they lined up and punt, it was a bad snap. I may be wrong. And the Royals, I believe, have not punted as well. So there's a kick, and they're going to get away from it, I think, and that's going to really take a good bounce for the Chargers. And so the Royals are going to take over. Good kick there by, I think, Odell is who their punter is. I think I remember him from past years being a solid kicker for the Chargers. Junior. So, again, thank you for everybody for participating. Thank you, everybody, for showing up here. Had good numbers all night, right from the beginning. Do want to thank North Decatur has been tremendous. Every time we come down here, they're very helpful and gave us a great space here to broadcast from, and got me a water, so I'm more hydrated than I would have been. And there's a run by 29, Blake Whittington with the carry there. So running hard. Looks like we have wide receiver out here, Cy Hunt on the near side. Trying to look around. I see number 86, Connor Whitgren out there. I'm assuming that might be Matt Hunt. I may be wrong. In the shotgun. There's a handoff up the middle. So Royals do have some subs in. If you could see me trying to look through this window. Yep, it's Matt Hunt at quarterback. And then on the far side, I can't see. Maybe I can cheat my vision. So 13 is over there, Hayden Adams. And I'm sure we have some updates on the line, but they're hard to see. I'll see if I can get them too. As we have a little jet sweep toss. And that looks like a Gavin Schultz. Let's see if that's who it is. That is Gavin Schultz, takes that one. I don't know why I recognized him, but number 32, Gavin Schultz with the carry. Or actually a catch. That goes down as a reception from Matt Hunt on the jet. So some good junior varsity players getting some time here. They're going to play on Monday night, I think, against this North Decatur team. Matt Hunt's going to throw it, and it's going to be short and deflected by a Charger. And Royals turn it over on downs. That was 4th and 2, and Chargers are going to take over. So some good time there. That's what I really enjoy, that these junior varsity players get some time in the Friday nights. So Coach Knight just came by from upstairs. Our coaching staff is working their way down to be with the team here from the above the press box, and that's always a good sign when they walk down early. Means the job is done. They've successfully done what they wanted to do. So, all right, good run there by, I believe, number 30. Probably some junior varsity players out here for the Chargers. Let me see if I can get some of our defenders. I see Gavin Schultz at corner, it looks like. 26, I think, out there. Dawson Springman, I think, might be out there in the safety position. This is where Cole excels here with me. He's got way better eyesight than I do. All right, handoff up the middle to number 25. That is Hayden Cohn, sophomore. And I see a number 81 out there for the Royals, Jason Cook. Let me cheat again. Cheat my eyesight. There's 33 out there. Mason Roberts, big 65 coming in. That's R.C. Carver. 59 on the line, Jason Beam. 60, Taylor Conley out there. Man, if I just had to zoom all the time. That'd be a good little toss there out, and he's going to turn the corner and get the first down. So the throw there by Matthew Fields, freshman quarterback. And these two teams, I may be wrong, but I believe these two teams are going to play against each other Monday night in the junior varsity game. I may be wrong. But a lot of times the teams that play on Friday night play on the following Monday. Oh, there's another run. Chargers doing a nice job here, moving the ball down the field. I know the varsity regular defenders, I'm sure, are like really rooting to keep this at 8 points. So there's number 64, Brady Cole out there. 59, they always say that. Jason Beam, yep. 60-something. So a lot of Royals out there on defense. Getting some quality Friday Night Lights time. And it's under a minute here as the run right up the middle. A little bit off left tackle. 22, I don't know if it said 22. Connor Cook is out there. Maybe that's Ethan Smith there. That's Ethan Smith there, 66 up front. And the throw out into the flat. Good tackle. 12 seconds left. We'll probably have a pretty short post game here, but I do stick around. We'll have a player of the game, and I have an idea. You can give me suggestions. I'll listen. So who do you think tonight's Paxton Farm Sweet Corn player of the game is tonight? I already know probably who we're going to select, but I'll listen to you. Maybe you'll change my mind. And that's probably going to do it right there. As the clock's going to run out, and the Royals are going to win 34-8. And really impressive win. Like, I am not going to lie. Coming down here, I didn't expect, and sorry, I didn't keep up with my quarter scoreboard. I may quit doing those. But I forget to update them. But 34-8. And coming down here, if you would have told me we were going to win 34-8, I would have said that would be awesome. But I'm not sure that we'll be able to handle that given our situation of injuries and sickness and stepped up, and then also the quality of opponent with North Decatur. And we haven't really played well down here over the last few times we've traveled down to Greensburg. So what a nice job there. We're going to do this, like I said, pretty quick because I want to get packed up, and they sometimes turn the lights out on me, so I don't want to get the lights turned out on me and take a while to get out of here. But I'm going to go. We got some Eden, and I agree. Elijah Eden played really well. But I'm gonna cheat here, and it's gonna be players of the game, and I'm gonna give credit to our defense. So our defense, I'm just gonna give it to our defense. So as a Paxton Farm Sweet Corn player of the game, our defense held a really good North Decatur team to 8 points after giving up 49. I know they were probably a little embarrassed last week, giving up 49 points, and they stepped it up tonight against, like I said, a top 5 Class 1A football team, and they're going to win a lot of football games. And so they held them to 8 points and really kind of bounced back. Another thing, the penalties. Okay, bounce back from the penalties from last week. I had a lot less in that category, and that's just showing improvement, getting better from week to week and just progressing. And this schedule's tough. This might be one of the toughest schedules we've had in a while. And so they've got to bring it every single week with this schedule. There's not an easy opponent. on our schedule this year, and we're going to have to bring it each game and take everybody serious and trying to keep putting those wins together 1 week at a time. So, again, I want to thank North Decatur's administration, Scott Johnson, for being very helpful and giving us a space here and lots of hospitality. It's always good coming down here. Really enjoy it. And want to thank everybody for watching tonight. And we're going to take a quick commercials, and then we will pack up and get out. So thank you for watching. And I believe our next live stream will be volleyball against Shenandoah on Tuesday night. So a conference match against Shenandoah. I believe that's what it is. I may be wrong. And then next Friday night, senior night against Centerville. Another, like I said, another really good football team. So good night.